Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. I'm Hudson.
And I'm Allie.
Coming up, my plan to save dead malls.
Also, what's worse than a gym in an airport? How about a gym shower in an airport?
All that and more on the way next. Oh, happy Monday. It's a particularly happy Monday for a bunch of people to get to sleep in today. I was checking the news. A lot of schools, 2-hour delay.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though the roads are like completely fine.
Well, not mine.
Oh, yeah?
But it's not about the roads.
It's about the cold.
It's about the cold.
Yeah, it's way too cold to be in those school buses.
By the way, either way, what if it was about the snow? My question is, how do we get in on this? How do we get 2-hour delay?
I know.
That should be a thing for work.
You would think there was a 2-hour delay with how long it took me to get into work this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I think people were driving, anticipating the roads to be still pretty like icy or covered in snow, and really they were pretty much fine from coming where I was coming from, but people weren't driving like that.
They were probably just not able to function correctly because it was so cold. Their brain was operating at half speed because it was frozen.
Yeah.
The schools, they get the 2-hour delay today for a lot of places because, they should. It's like 2 degrees.
Yeah, it's really cold outside here in Ohio. I'm sure many other places that listen also to Radio U, it's very cold there for you too.
But why do you get a 2-hour delay for school and not for work?
These are valid questions, especially if you're a parent. I've always kind of wondered, I'm like, what do parents do?
Yeah. Take care of their children.
I had the privilege of growing up in Africa, so my parents never had to deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
And so they never had to worry about, we have to stay home from work. Most of the time they worked from home anyways.
Okay.
But yeah, we went to school every day. There was no snow days in Africa.
You never got any unexpected days off?
We did a couple times, usually during elections. There would be special days off for that.
We should do that too.
Yeah.
We should. Well, I guess kids do get. When we don't, we still have to work on election day.
No, we still have to work on election day, which never made any sense to me coming back from Zambia.
Remember when we when we were doing our rules that we would come up with for our towns with Sparkle?
Yes.
And one of them we kind of half joked about, but it's true. We should get all the if they get it off at school.
Yes.
Why don't we get it off?
We should get it off.
We should get it off.
Especially if you are a parent, because then you have to arrange daycare or babysitter or something. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't have to worry about any of that if you also had the day off.
Yeah, and then that is discrimination against all the people that don't have kids if they don't also get the day off. Yeah,
it should just be across the board so that we can just eliminate this problem.
All I'm asking for, though, is 2-hour delay. It's cold out.
That's the minimum.
I don't know why. I also don't know why 2-hour delay. It's going to warm up. Yeah. It's going to be 3 degrees all day long.
I was going to say, in 2 hours, it's going to be a whole 5 degrees.
And actually, you ever experience this? It gets colder for the first, half hour after the sun comes up.
Yeah.
It's cold when it's dark. But then the sun comes up and it gets colder somehow. It's some scientific thing. It's not fake. It's real.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
Yeah, so the kids it's going to be colder when
it's going to be freezing for those poor kids.
At the bus stop. It's not right. Why don't we everybody just go home? Now that we're here, let's just go home.
It's a protest.
Yeah. Congratulations to Fernando Mendoza, quarterback for Indiana, who was awarded the Heisman Trophy over the weekend. 8772 Radio U. Allie, how do you feel about Diego Pavia's response after coming in second place?
I don't know if I saw what his response was.
Well, he went out and partied in New York City.
Okay.
Obviously, after the ceremony. But on his socials, he posted out a picture with his family and stuff. But it said, F the voters.
Oh, so he really was not happy about not winning.
He looked happy. He looked like he was doing okay.
Okay.
I feel it was more of like I don't care what anybody thinks, less of I hate you guys.
Okay.
But that's my interpretation of it. And that's also like, Diego Pavia.
Yep.
His, man, the way he is.
He's very over the top.
Yeah. It feels like that's more of how he meant it. But it was just in text only. So
Yeah. Well, I just feel like a lot of that like flashiness now, like I don't think the voters particularly take it into account or really appreciate it. Like he hit the Heisman pose halfway through the season, I think. And so I don't think, I kind of knew as soon as he hit that he wasn't going to win. I just felt like he wasn't going to win. Like it's almost like a karma or like a jinx or something.
If that's the reason he didn't win, though, then he's right to say what he said.
No, I don't think that's the reason. But I do think that there is something about, obviously earning it on the field. And it's not that he didn't do good things on the field. He did great things on the field. But I think Mendoza, what he did was just a tad bit more impressive.
What about him was more impressive to you?
I think he led his team on a season that obviously no one predicted. For them to be number one in the country, number one seed in the playoff, after people pretty much laughed at them last season and said, you didn't deserve to be in the playoff. I think he was the leader of that.
On the field, sure. I still think Diego Pavia took something, like he had much less to work with at Vanderbilt, and he had better stats. He had more yards than Fernando Mendoza in one less game and rushed for 4 times as many yards.
Yeah, he was a rushing quarterback.
Yeah, and he had plenty of passing touchdowns too. It's not like he slacked in that area. So the Heisman is one of... It's tough because it's still so prestigious.
Yeah.
But it still feels like, to me, it's one of the awards in sports that I respect less because it just feels like it's not based on much in a year. In and out. And Fernando Mendoza had an excellent season, but for the majority of the season, nobody could have named his name. You couldn't tell the story of this college football season without Diego Pavia. It was in the headlines all the time.
Well, I think Mendoza, after the Oregon game, got a lot of attention. And then also, I think the Heisman, what we've seen is it's made up of moments, and he had some big moments. And I knew, and I remember saying this on Friday when we previewed, like when we were talking about who we thought would win, I felt like whoever won that Big Ten championship game would win the Heisman. And whether we like it or not, that's what was going to happen, and that's what happened.
But I don't think that's right.
Well, and also,
it shouldn't just
Mendoza,
be the quarterback on the best team.
And also, Mendoza won the Davey O'Brien, which is the best quarterback in, college football. And you can make that argument. Is he the best college football quarterback? I think you would say he's not.
Probably not.
But he won that award. And so I think overall he is viewed as the best quarterback this year.
Yeah, it's not like, again, it's not like he's bad.
No, he had a great season.
He had a great season.
13-0, almost 3,000 yards, 33 touchdowns.
When we're talking about the most outstanding player for the entire season, he had 2 games that were outstanding. Diego Pavia's outstanding every week.
I don't know if you can say he only had 2 games that were outstanding.
He did.
Do you remember the game against Illinois when everybody was picking Illinois to win and they beat them like 63-10? That's a pretty outstanding performance.
That's a nice game, yes. Diego Pavia did that every week.
Not every week.
I have a man here who some might say has decorated for Christmas out of spite this year. 8772 Radio U. This is in London in the UK. It's a guy who accidentally bought a 20-foot inflatable Grinch. Accidentally. He was trying to buy a 4-foot Grinch, and he made a mistake by about, the Grinch is 16 feet, but still, he was off by about 12 feet.
Yeah.
But when he got it, rather than returning it or anything like that, he decided to put it up in his yard anyways.
Okay.
Everything seems fine. But then he got an anonymous letter from one of his neighbors complaining about his giant Grinch. They wanted him to take it down, saying that it was tacky and that his decoration ruins the character of the road and make the whole area look ridiculous.
Oh.
And so what did this man do? He didn't take down the Grinch, let me tell you. Instead, he purchased 2 other 20-foot inflatables, intentionally this time, a Santa and a snowman, and he also took the letter that he received, this anonymous letter, and sized that up into a big banner that is now displayed for all to see with his Christmas decorations.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's hilarious. What a way to get back at whoever was upset about this.
Is that, I'm sure that the person who wrote the letter cannot feel like they've won anything. Like, I think this guy did the exact right thing.
Yes.
Because, if you're going to complain about his Christmas decorations, at least put your name to it.
Right.
You're going to come at him anonymously and tell him to take down a Christmas decoration that he has every right to have up?
You have to know that's not going to work. You have to know.
He can't. He couldn't have backed down.
No.
He can't let this person win. And so now he's made it even more of a spectacle. He says that everybody else seemed to like the Grinch anyways, and people would take pictures with it. Which
it's huge.
Yeah. So apparently, I guess it's more rare maybe in this area of London to have giant inflatables, because in my neighborhood, would you take pictures with a 16-foot inflatable? No, there's like 5 of them.
Yeah, I think overall it's probably not as common to see this in London because, think of it in the big city.
Yeah, it's probably more packed.
Yeah, it's just harder for people to have front yards to even put stuff in.
Now it's even it's in the news there and everything, so it's even more of a spectacle and even more people are showing up. Now, think about this. Can you imagine ever complaining about somebody else's Christmas or any decorations they could have in their yard?
I mean, there's been times when I've looked at someone's decorations, particularly Halloween, and I'll be like, I wouldn't do that. But I'm not going to write them a letter or go complain to the city or something.
Or even post angrily about it on Nextdoor or the Facebook community.
Right. No, I'm not that type of person.
No, this person did it over something so simple. It's not even outrageous. It was just a Grinch.
Yeah.
Think about what else have they complained about? You have to imagine they just live their life complaining.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty decent sign of that they have that. It's always there's some people you meet in life, their first reaction to something is to complain.
Yeah.
Or to make a complaint to somebody else. And so that's never a good reaction. I am always red flag.
I'll tell you what, this person needs their heart to grow by at least 3 sizes.
You're so right.
I have a business opportunity. Tell me who says no to this. Tell me where this fails. 8772 Radio U. My idea, mall Airbnbs.
Okay.
This is inspired by Ryan Trahan's new video out this weekend where the title is How Long Can I Survive in an Abandoned Mall or something like that.
Yeah.
He opens up a store in a mall, in a basically dead mall in Minnesota, and he is not allowed to leave the mall until he gets 1,000 visitors to his store.
Oh, okay.
And there's he doesn't have much in his store. So he sleeps in his mall and in his storefront and everything that he actually paid for. And so him sleeping in there had me think, wouldn't it be cool to there's malls across the country, right?
Yes.
With plenty of empty space.
Yep.
Lots of empty storefronts. Why not take some of those, turn them into Airbnbs?
Okay.
That would be a way for then the mall be making money because you're renting out the space.
Yep.
You're going to make money because people are going to want to stay in the Airbnb and sleep overnight in a mall, right? That'd be a cool experience.
It would be pretty cool. And I'm going to further that idea. What about opening apartment complexes in these malls? Because we're already starting to see that where on the tops of little strip malls where there's a bunch of stores, and usually these are high-end stores, there'll be really nice apartments on top.
Yeah.
And so that would be something to think about too with all of these abandoned malls.
I've seen that. I've seen some abandoned malls will kind of further their life by turning it not into businesses where you would go shop, but business, offices basically.
Yeah.
They take the space and turn it
so
into offices.
Boring, though.
Exactly, but I think the Airbnbs inside malls gives like it kind of keeps the mall vibe going. And I think my theory is people like malls. People love malls.
Okay.
People just don't like shopping at malls. But if you could get the mall vibe in an Airbnb and kind of have that, like, for some people, nostalgia. For a lot of people at this point, it's not even nostalgia. It's just like malls look cool.
Yeah.
And so you could get that and maybe there's some experiences at part of the mall that'd be cooler to do, like Ryan does in the video, where if nobody else is around and it's like a nighttime thing and you're the only one in the mall arcade.
Yeah.
You don't want to go in a mall arcade during the day, during business hours, but if you had the whole mall to yourself and the arcade was open and you could just go play by yourself or with your friends that stayed with you, that sounds fun.
It does sound fun, but if they turned the entire mall, like, all these different shops into Airbnb, you probably wouldn't have the whole place to yourself like what Ryan did.
I think they could close up like some stuff, but then some things, especially that don't require anybody to manage, like the arcade.
Yeah.
Leave that open. It's a part of, you can go explore if you want, or you can sleep. It's
there'd
up
be
to you.
other guests staying. If there's multiple Airbnbs, there'd be other
I
guests.
think this is one Airbnb per mall.
One per mall.
Well, you don't want to do what malls have done and overcrowd things either. If you open up too many, then it's not sustainable.
Well,
it has to still feel special.
I don't think it works in the sense of money if you're not doing a lot of them.
I think here's the thing. How much do you think a mall is charging for one space? Probably not a lot because they just want somebody in there.
Yeah, maybe the prices have gone down now, but I would imagine they're charging. I feel like they charge per square foot, I believe, and I think it's a decent amount.
I think. Well, you wouldn't need a lot of space for an Airbnb, right? So.
Well, if you're just using a storefront, then yeah.
I think this idea, it has some legs, right? Like there's potential here.
There definitely is potential because we have a lot of unused space in these malls. It needs to be used for something. I don't want to just see it get demolished or
Right.
just rot.
These malls are like, they're very beautiful. Like
Some of them, they need to keep it up, keep up the upkeep on it if they're going to have guests come in. And that's what's really sad to see when you see a decrepit mall.
Yeah. And there's no
many.
shortage of those, yeah. But I think this is a way to keep the malls alive and to keep everybody happy and to create an experience.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
So this is my idea. Don't steal it, but just contact me.
Contact.
Yeah, I'll be your partner that doesn't put any money into it. Do you know any women who have gone to the Boy Aquarium? 877-2 Radio U. Allie, have you ever been to the Boy Aquarium?
According to this definition, yes. I didn't know it was the Boy Aquarium when I went, but yes, I have.
Okay, before you knew what this was, if I had to have you guess what a Boy Aquarium is.
Well, I already know what it is
Yeah.
because I've seen the social media trend, but yeah, I don't know what I would have guessed if I hadn't had seen the trend before.
Apparently going to the Boy Aquarium, I guess it can be anywhere women would go to observe men in their natural habitat, but it seems to particularly mean hockey games.
Yes, Boy Aquarium is for hockey because of the glass. But if you go to a baseball game, that's the Boy Zoo.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Yes, and particularly it started with the Savannah Bananas and the party animals.
Are there other boy places?
Apparently, boys are asking for football games to be the Boy Terrarium.
No, football is so much cooler. It should get something cooler than that.
What's cooler than that?
I don't know, but aquariums and zoos are much cooler than terrariums.
Some guy commented that on one of these Boy Aquarium videos.
I don't know what it would. Maybe that's like the Boy Safari or something.
Oh, the Boy Safari.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But the Boy Aquarium is going to see guys at a hockey rink and observing them and
tapping on the glass.
Yeah, tapping on the glass.
My favorite video is there's one where this girl goes about to go feed the boys at the Boy Aquarium, and she's got a bucket of pucks, and so she works for, I don't know, it's some low-level league of hockey, and she's throwing out the pucks. It's so funny because it's just like a normal everyday thing for them, like it's practice.
Yeah.
But they have no idea they're being filmed in a way that it's like they're like seals getting fish.
She's chumming the waters. She's stirring things up.
She absolutely is.
Now, I hate to be this guy, but can I say that if this was reversed?
Oh, it would not work.
No, guys can't do this.
Nope.
We can't call anything the girl aquarium.
Yeah, you could, but you wouldn't be able to get away with it.
No, the girl zoo. Can you imagine? Can you even imagine?
No. It wouldn't work.
It wouldn't
not
be cute. It wouldn't be funny. It would be a red flag.
It would be get this person banned off of social media, block them, all of those things, and so. And I'm sure there may be some guys that are creeped out by this, but for the most part, the guys seem to be enjoying it.
For some reason, it's okay. So you know what? We'll just be fine with it.
Yeah.
It's fair.
It's cute.
It's fair enough. It's our Monday tradition, the box office breakdown, looking at what made money and what didn't in theaters this weekend. Send in your reviews of what you've watched lately at 8772 Radio U. Allie, have you looked at what was number one in the box office this week yet?
I have.
Okay, so you know it was Zootopia 2 again.
Yes.
In a slower week for new releases. This was like the dead week in December because I think starting this weekend, there's going to be a bunch of stuff. And the weekend before, we got some halfway decent things, but then this week, not much.
Not much, yeah.
So Zootopia 2 was able to get back to the top spot. It made another $26 million in North America. It is now over $1 billion worldwide.
Ooh, that's quick.
That is so fast.
So fast.
And only a quarter of that comes from North America. So it's doing amazing overseas.
Boffo bucks overseas. It almost has $900 million overseas. So that makes up 77% of its entire box office comes from overseas, international. It's just wild.
It's so interesting that, obviously how much money a movie makes at the box office is worth noting because, that is a sign of a good movie in some ways. But at the same time, it's so funny how Zootopia 2 is, I've seen it. It was fine. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like a pretty good kids movie. It's not like it's the most amazing movie ever, and it's made $1 billion in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That is crazy to think about.
It is. It is.
Number 2 was Five Nights at Freddy's 2. In its second week, it made almost $20 million. So it's getting pretty close to $100 million in North America so far in just 2 weeks. Not too shabby. And speaking of movies that, again, the box office not telling the story of how good or not a movie is. Five Nights at Freddy's has horrible reviews and is still making plenty of money.
Yeah.
And then number 3 was Wicked for Good, which made another $8.5 million. So 8772 Radio U, let us know what you've seen lately. Allie, I don't know anything about what you've been watching, but I know for me, I've got some important things to go over.
I went to the theaters again, so I've got another good review.
All right, we'll get to our reviews coming up next, and we want to hear from you as well at 8772 Radio U. We are doing the box office breakdown, looking at what made money in the box office this weekend. Number 1 was Zootopia 2. Once again, it is now over $1 billion worldwide, followed by Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and Wicked for Good. Let us know what you've watched lately at 8772 Radio U. We love to see your reviews and read them here on Radio U. Allie, you said you went to the theaters. What did you see?
I went to see Zootopia 2.
Okay, now we've both seen it.
We both have seen it. I don't want to give any spoilers because it's another mystery, which I love. I know I've mentioned this many, many times with different reviews. I love a good mystery, and I feel like it lives up again to another decent mystery. There is another decent twist because the twist in the first Zootopia was pretty good too. Mm-hmm. And so I really liked that. And I think I mentioned this when we first talked about Zootopia 2, we talked about the reviews for Weekend Watch List when it first came out. I loved the world of Zootopia, and I was very excited about returning to that to explore more of it. Mm-hmm. And I think it really lived up to that because there was lots of new areas it went into.
Right.
And so to me, that is Zootopia's strength and why I can see them continue this franchise. And they're going to continue. If they're making $1 billion in 3 weeks, they're going to make more. And they set up a third pretty well in just the sense that they leave it open that they're going to be back. And so I think that's their strength is let's explore more areas of Zootopia that we haven't seen yet because they it makes it very immersive. It's like a lot of great world building.
Yeah.
Which if you're a fan of like fantasy and stuff like that, that's kind of similar to what they're doing in Zootopia. So I enjoyed returning to that world and I'm honestly excited to go back.
What did you think of the new characters, like the new main kind of characters?
I know you said there were a few that annoyed you.
Yeah.
I wasn't annoyed by anybody, but there were some characters that I felt like were stronger than others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I found the beaver irritating to me.
Nibbles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though in some parts of the story necessary, but just the personality of the beaver was kind of a lot.
Okay. I thought she was funny.
The manatees too just confused me.
The manatees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't like them, but I feel like they were put in there to like get easy laughs.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't really like this. Isn't doing anything for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of mysteries, watched Wake Up Dead Man on Netflix over the weekend. And it is very gripping. It's probably, I was trying to think, like I haven't gone through all of the I haven't thought through all of the movies that I've seen this year, but my first reaction is the most fun I've had watching a movie for this year.
Wow.
It is really, I mean, you know, it's definitely better than Glass Onion.
Okay.
I don't think I could say it's quite as good maybe as the first Knives Out, but I haven't rewatched the first Knives Out since it came out, so it's hard to say.
Okay.
But if you're looking for a lot of Benoit Blanc, a lot of Daniel Craig, it actually really doesn't. He doesn't. Obviously, he plays a big role, but you don't see as much of him. He doesn't even show up in the movie at all for like 30 minutes at least.
Wow.
Where they're just focusing on the main character as the priest, and they kind of introduce the cast and whatever, and it's kind of catching you up to. Then it drops you in the present day, and Benoit Blanc shows up.
I think some people will like that because I know some people are more annoyed by Benoit Blanc's character. So
he really does not I feel like he has a surprisingly small amount of lines.
Really?
Obviously, the cast is great. So that's part of why it's okay if you want a lot of Benoit Blanc. It's still okay because everybody else carries it very well.
Good.
Very compelling performances. I feel like it gets a little overly convoluted towards the end. But it did keep me guessing. I did not figure out who did it, and we actually paused it literally about halfway through
to try and start figuring it out.
We got interrupted, and I was like, "Well, this is going to be my time to think." And my guess at that time was wrong.
Okay.
So I did enjoy it a lot. It does feel like it has a little more not secondary plot, but it has more that it's trying to do than the first one, which is just a pretty much straight up whodunit kind of mystery. And this is actually trying to add another layer to it.
Okay.
So I thought it was interesting. It was interesting. It's a sticky movie.
All right.
I feel like it will have you thinking.
I'm excited to see it.
I also watched Man vs. Baby, the entire thing. That was fun too. Has this happened to you? 8772 Radio U. Your Apple phone alarm, your iPhone alarm going off, and you not noticing whatsoever and completely ruining something because of that?
I don't have an iPhone, so this has not happened to me.
We have avoided this. This is why I don't have an Apple phone. Is because of stories like this. But one woman has gone viral on TikTok for claiming that she missed her flight because her iPhone alarm had been going off silently for about 2.5 hours, and she slept through it, but that's because it was going off, but it wasn't actually going off.
It wasn't making any noise.
Yeah, and she said that it wound up having her miss a flight completely because obviously you oversleep by 2.5 hours, you have an early morning flight, not going to make it.
Yeah.
She was able to get rebooked, and everything turned out relatively okay, but obviously a big inconvenience that could have been avoided if her phone alarm just went off like it was supposed to.
Right.
Other people have also been sharing that they've had similar experiences. Somebody in the comments literally just said, "This has been happening to me so much.
Aww.
I had to buy an actual alarm clock."
That is a good way to route around this.
Old school. Yeah, but then again, all of us with Android phones are just
I was going to say
totally
my
fine.
alarm has not had this problem, so I don't know what's going on. And I have like my phone usually on silent because we're here on the radio.
Yeah.
And even though I keep my phone on silent, it'll still make a noise when the alarm goes off.
Because the alarms are exempt from that.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a couple of reasons that this could be happening. One is, and this could happen on any phone, you just don't have the alarm volume turned up high enough. But why would, like, if you set an alarm, by default, it's going to have the volume very high for that.
You would think.
And so the only way to turn it down, it's not like you would set an alarm and it would default it to like 0 or 1 or whatever for volume. So that's probably unlikely, unless you accidentally did it somehow. The other way, though, is an Apple adaptive feature. And so this is probably what it is for these people. And if this has happened to you, it's that Apple has like an adapted feature that will like adjust for example, the volume of notifications. If you have this volume notification sound turned on, if it thinks that you're looking at your phone, it will turn the sound down of notifications because you're looking at it. So what good does the sound do you? Versus if it's in your pocket, you're not looking at it, it would have them louder.
Yeah.
So that you would be able to hear it and know you got a notification, okay? But what people may be doing, what this woman in this case may have done, is like kind of falling asleep looking at your phone or like having your phone near your face. It still thinks you're looking at it somehow. And so it's muting down the volume of stuff.
So your phone like propped up by your bed so it can see your face?
If it's not looking at you, then why would it think you're looking at it?
Yeah.
If its camera isn't facing you.
Yeah, you'd have to have it propped up. Like, you can't just have it laying on your bed.
Yeah.
That'd be ridiculous for it to not sound off then.
Also, who asked Apple to make this feature? Because that kind of sounds irritating to me anyways.
Dumb. Like, if you're looking at your alarm and just letting it continuously go off, then turn off the alarm. Why does Apple think that it needs to change the sound just because you're looking at it?
They call it the attention-aware features. I believe it's something you can turn off in your settings. It's under Face ID and passcode. We also got a text in at 8772 RadioU from Tim, who says, my Pixel and Google Next Mini have both had similar issues.
Interesting.
So
what is this? Is this for like horror movies? Like, you know, a horror movie, you'll be like getting away from the villain or whatever who's coming after you, and your phone alarm suddenly goes off and that he alerts to where you are. And so this is like a way for you to turn it off.
Yeah. Yeah. How is this helping?
Exactly.
I mean, I understand why you don't need the notifications at full volume if you are looking at your phone, but that's something you can easily control yourself. You don't need the phone to do
you
it
could
for
just
you.
turn the alarm off if you're looking at it.
Especially if it's not capable of accurately knowing when you're looking at your phone, like when you're asleep.
This is a dumb feature, Apple. Get rid of it.
But it sounds like a feature that Tim's Pixel might have too, so.
Get rid of it, Google, then.
Yeah, get rid of it, everybody. Turn it off. This was an absolutely pivotal week in the NFL. Not only, I think, does this week change the story of this NFL season, but it's probably going to wind up having big effects on next season as well. 8772 RadioU, because not only did the Chiefs get eliminated from playoff contention, they're not going to make it this year, which is to tell anybody that at the beginning of the season would have been considered nonsense.
Right.
But not only will they miss the playoffs this year, they also have lost Patrick Mahomes to a torn ACL. And so he is going to be obviously out the rest of this season and then probably pretty far into next season. The timeline with ACLs definitely has changed over the years. And for some athletes, they can come back pretty quick.
Yeah.
But you have to suspect he'll miss at least some time next year. And on top of that, it is suspected, I don't think it's confirmed yet, that the Packers, my Packers, lost Micah Parsons to a torn ACL as well.
I know.
So this obviously, that changes this season as well, because that totally alters the Packers team entirely for the rest of this year and into next year as well.
Yeah, it's definitely like it was the weekend of the ACL tear, apparently.
Yeah. Just a lot. It seemed like a lot of injuries all happened all at once. Devontae Adams, too, from the Rams, a very important receiver for them.
Yep.
He didn't tear his ACL, I don't think, but he also went down with an injury. He may be able to come back. We'll have to see.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the Chiefs are an interesting thing because I feel like everybody certainly predicted that they would be at least back in the AFC Championship game. I know I said they would be back there. I wasn't sure that they would make it back into the Super Bowl, but no one expected this type of fall. And you can't blame this on Mahomes because Mahomes just now went down. And that was at the end of this game, and they were already losing this game to the Chargers. And so this collapse is it's mind-boggling. What's going on?
But now do you think it gives the Chiefs a chance to retool? Because obviously this team wasn't good enough to win with Mahomes at quarterback.
Right.
And so you put somebody else back there. Maybe next year you just kind of let Mahomes, like you think all the playoff games they've played over the years, that's a lot of miles.
It is.
And if you're starting off and he's missing at least half of next season anyways, maybe you kind of just throw in the towel for next year and consider it a reset year. Travis Kelce probably retires. And then you come just back for 2027, and that's your year for the Chiefs.
Man.
They've won enough to be able to have earned that.
I know. I don't think any Chiefs fans are celebrating you saying something like that. That's a big blow to them to think about taking a whole season off and just like trying to reset, retool, get some good draft picks and all of that. They don't want to hear that.
But it's probably smart versus trying to, compete with Gardner Minshew and what's I guess you can get to the playoffs and bring Mahomes back. He should be back ready for the playoffs next year.
Yeah.
If you can get there. But like we said, this year they weren't good enough to make the playoffs with Mahomes. So how do you like your chances next year where he's not going to be there for probably at least half the season?
I think they're going to compete. I don't think they're going to try and tank. I think they're going to compete and see what they can do and hope for the best when Mahomes gets back.
Then meanwhile, it was one of those Sundays where are the Broncos beating the Packers. Is that saying that we should actually take the Broncos seriously? They won 11 games in a row.
I feel like we should definitely take them seriously. I personally felt like we should take them seriously before this game. I know you were uncertain about taking them seriously or not. I didn't think they would beat the Packers. I picked the Packers to win this game, and it was a close game. But they have had an impressive season, and Bo Nix has looked good.
Yeah, everybody's singing his praises after yesterday, where Jordan Love threw 2 interceptions. Both could have been, one was an amazing play by Patrick Surtain. It was a great throw. It was also the play where Christian Watson got injured on that throw. So that's you can't blame that on Jordan Love. And then his other interception was off the hands. That one you could blame more on him because it was a throw that was forced by pressure. But Bo Nix had at least 3 of those throws that should have been intercepted, and none of them did. And so then it's like, if just one of those gets picked off and they don't win the game, the whole conversation is different. Yeah. So it's not like he was playing flawless football. He had a good game, but also he was one pick away from everything being different.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think this game he played that out of this world. I don't think there's been many games where he's played out of this world, but he's been good enough to at least be respected. I don't think he's in the conversation for MVP or anything like that, but he's showing that he can be a winning quarterback for a winning team that makes it to the playoff, that can win a playoff game, because that can happen with these Broncos.
And last thing is, with Mahomes out of the playoffs, with all the other injuries and everything else going on, this is do or die for the Bills.
Josh Allen, come on. You don't have any hurdles.
Obviously a great comeback win yesterday. This is their year.
Yes.
If it's not this year, then when?
The mental block has literally been pushed out of the way for you.
Coming up next, Allie beat me in our football picks on a tiebreaker again. I'm going to be punished. Allie and I did our football picks on Friday. Yet again, I wound up losing on a tiebreaker. These tiebreakers are killing me lately. The tiebreaker is our upset pick.
Yeah.
Which we both got wrong.
So
but then
horribly wrong.
Whoever's was closer. And both of us were
terrible.
Yeah, just absolute failures. But I had the Browns, who lost by 28. And Allie had the Bengals, who only lost by 24.
But didn't score any points.
No, and Joe Burrow again. I mean, they probably were going to lose anyways, but a game-crushing interception for a pick 6 with a lateral involved. That was pretty fun. But now I have to be punished. So here's the deal. Allie has given me a speech, and she has the beep button, and she is going to censor my speech, even though I'm not going to be saying anything.
Yeah, don't freak out, guys. Hudson isn't actually saying anything bad. This is just for funsies.
Here we go. Geese migrate from Canada to the United States in the winter because colder temperatures and snow make food to find. As plants and open water become less accessible, geese move south to areas with milder weather and more reliable food sources. This migration usually happens in the fall. During the journey, geese in groups, often in a V formation that helps conserve energy. They may stop along the way and feed before reaching the United States, where they stay for the winter until conditions improve in Canada and they return north in the spring.
There you have it.
Oh, you're going to get me in trouble. You're trying to get me in trouble.
I thought that was a great speech. Very, very bold.
And we learned a lot.
Yes,
we learned
did.
a lot, and it even related to Canada.
Our favorite friends, the geese. I thought it would be funny after you talked so highly of them last week for you to do a speech.
I want to send them back to Canada where they belong.
They'll be going back in the spring, according to your speech.
Why do they get to just enjoy our temperatures? Enjoy the United States and all of its... they're Canadian. It's in the name. Go back to Canada. This is killing me. TikTok strikes again. TikTok has shamed Sir Elton John into cleaning his oven. 8772 Radio U. This started because on TikTok, Elton John, he does the Christmas song Step Into Christmas, which you don't hear. I feel like you don't hear as often.
Obviously,
don't. We don't play it, but like in the stores and whatever, I feel like I don't hear it as much. But he did this TikTok where it's like he's around his kitchen and he's opening up cupboards and whatever, and every time he opens something, it starts playing the song. And it's like he can't escape it or whatever.
Okay.
He's like, it must be that time. And one of the scenes in this TikTok is it's a shot from inside his oven, and he opens the oven and you see his face and the song starts playing. And the oven door, because obviously that's a big part of the shot, was so grimy that the comments started roasting Elton John for having such a dirty oven window.
It is really bad.
So much so that he then went ahead and did a video of him cleaning the oven window just to make TikTok happy.
That's so funny. I love that he did that, a little follow-up. The rest of the kitchen looks immaculate, and so it's kind of funny to me that the oven would look so bad.
Yeah.
Because it looks as if he probably has somebody that comes to professionally clean for him or whatever, which makes sense. If you're a celebrity, why not? If you can afford it, pay for it. But apparently they're not cleaning the oven because the oven looks gross.
He says, I can assure you I don't have anything in this house that's dirty. I've never had anything dirty. I'm not a dirty person. But except for his oven door, apparently.
Except for the oven door.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to remember to clean that. I think that's something that gets overlooked, cleaning the oven.
Oh, I was thinking... I probably need to clean my oven door.
I'm going to go home and look at mine immediately as soon as I get off work. If people are going to roast
Elton John for this, I don't want to show mine on TikTok because it's probably worse.
We should take pictures of our oven door and send it to each other.
And how bad is this, Allie? Doesn't this sound so grown up? I said yesterday to somebody, I was like, I should clean the oven.
You did?
I haven't cleaned it. I said I should clean the oven tomorrow. Because they were using it for Christmas cookies yesterday.
Okay.
I said I should clean the oven today because it's so cold it will warm up the house.
Oh, yeah.
You know, turn on the cleaning cycle where it heats up as high as it goes.
Yeah.
I was like, I should do that. Mm-hmm. That sounds like such a grown-up thing. Let's save our heating bill by heating up the kitchen at least.
Yeah, let's just...
by cleaning up our oven.
Right.
You don't want to clean the oven in the summertime.
No.
But you clean in the winter when it's 0 degrees.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Perfect day to do it. I guess as a reminder, to take a look at your oven and make sure that everything about it is immaculate before you post anything on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm opening up the Radio U hotline.
8772 Radio U.
I want to know, should we put public free-to-use gyms in airports?
Ay.
8772 Radio U. This is not my idea. This is something that seems like it's going to be happening.
Oh.
There's a press conference last week led by Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.
Oh, yes, I did see this.
Who we talked about on the show before. He held a press conference at Reagan Washington National Airport in D.C., where they were putting forward some ideas to improve the travel experience. I believe some ideas that are going to be backed by some funding from the government, so AKA our taxpayer dollars. One of the things that they want to do is they want airports to do is use this money to put public gyms, like public for people who are flying, into these airports that you could just go and use. During this press conference, also, Sean Duffy and many others did a series of pull-ups.
Yes, I did see that.
So, do we think it is a good idea to have free gyms in airports? 8772 Radio U.
I'm just laughing at this article because it's like 6 very serious reasons why putting gyms inside airports is actually an incredible idea. And all of the reasons are like very sarcastic.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if this person is actually in favor of it or not. I'm starting to think maybe not.
They're not. If you look at reason number 6, you definitely know they're not in favor.
Okay. But, I mean, clearly, at least some people in the government that have some power are saying it is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, I would say this is the same guy. Why did we talk about Sean Duffy before? He's been on the show a few times, mentioned on the show. We've never interviewed him. But he was the guy who said we should be dressing nicer when we go to the airport.
Yeah, you're right.
So now we're supposed to be in suits, working out? Yeah. Which one do you want?
It's not adding up, Sean.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't think that really works together. To be fair to him, he does say that this isn't about like getting a full workout in. It's just about doing something like pull-ups or something to just keep you active.
Okay. First of all, Sean, I'm not sure if you realize this, but the airport itself is a gym. Have you ever heard of the workout called I have to walk to the other terminal?
Yeah, right?
Ever heard of that? So I don't think that this is really necessary at all. We already have plenty of ways to exercise in an airport. If you want to exercise, walk around.
Yeah, there's plenty of space. There's plenty of, you can definitely walk around.
Yeah, you can even jog around. I see people jogging in the airport all the time. It's usually because they're missing a flight or something.
Yeah.
But you can jog. No one's going to look at you weird.
Yeah.
That's a normal sight in the airport.
I think you're right on that. I also think you put a gym in an airport. You start to put gyms in airports. People are going to use what do you need with a gym?
You need equipment.
If you're putting in a gym, you have to put in showers.
Oh,
because otherwise people are working out and then they're getting on the plane and then you're sitting next to them.
Yeah, that's my biggest worry is that people get all sweaty and then they end up on the plane next to me. No, thank you.
And otherwise, like I said, you have to put in showers. And so then, do you want to use an airport shower, though?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to use an airport bathroom, period.
Which, if you don't want to use an airport shower, that renders the airport gym unusable because you can't use it without showering.
Right.
So I feel like I see the intentions. These are nice intentions.
Yes.
I don't think that this is going to be something that actually in practice is a very good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
But
it would be nice to have something that's normal at an airport to do that doesn't involve drinking. I've seen people say that because a lot of people, their normal behavior at an airport is to eat a whole lot of food or to drink at like 7 a.m., which is also not good. But I just don't know if this is the solution.
I also think it's funny. His example is like, you don't have to do a full workout. Just do something simple, like a few pull-ups.
What if we had like
how many people can actually do a pull? Like what percentage of adults can actually do a pull-up?
Maybe like 2, maybe. Yeah. But why don't we do like art exhibits or something like that you can walk inside, like a little museum or something. You can walk in and see cool stuff. There's usually art on the walls, but something that you can actually, like an experience you can go into that you don't have to pay for. Because all those clubs, you have to be a part of a membership for something to get in. But maybe something like that, that's a better way for people to spend their time in an airport, and it would be free.
I do believe that like this grant or whatever it is that's going to put some gyms in airports is also going to put some other stuff. So maybe like what you mentioned, just to improve the airport experience.
Yeah.
But the gym itself, I don't know. 8772 Radio U. Can you argue in favor of adding gyms to airports that just anybody can use? Let us know your thoughts.
Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.